unusual, isn't it? It really is. Well, the fact is in their constitution. Constitutionally, the idea of guns is in the Constitution.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember which comedian it was. It was an American comedian who said he would make the bullets 100...
It's a Chris Rock bit.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said that he would make the bullets $100 each, because if they were $100 each, you'd never have any collateral damage.
Yeah. Well, yes, Ben, we'll keep you across that as well after 12. Now, we can go inside some of the newspapers as well for some inside stories. Switzerland's... Oh, here we go. Here's the inside story. Into the Telegraph we want to go, because half of graduates would be earning a better salary if they had skipped university. Oof, that's going to hurt when you pay the debt back. And it's taken higher level apprenticeships instead. This is according to a think tank. Do you regret your degree?
Got my degree in drama. Genuinely not.
If you hadn't done drama, you could have earned more. I guarantee. That is a fact if everyone was graduating.
No, do you know what? This really actually affects me quite emotionally, because I've got two wonderful stepdaughters who are both in ridiculous amounts of debt because they both wanted to go to university. They're both, they are working class. They both have studied so hard, and I'm so proud of both of them. And yet they are both starting their professional lives minimum 60k in debt.
Yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous. And what I think is disgusting is the amount of interest put on students' debt, because they've got a higher amount of interest on their debt than I can attempt to get on a savings account for them.
Yeah.
So how are they supposed to actually get out of this debt? They're supposed to just carry it around for the rest of their lives?
I mean, I work in the university sector, and I've been in there for 25 years. And it's another area of it which is in crisis. It absolutely is. The student loan companies are banging debt on. Students are leaving with massive amounts of debt. Some of them will never pay it off, but will pay it because it's 9%. You pay 9% on an earning of £25,000. £25,000 is not a graduate wage. So everybody who goes to university is going to be paying that back at 9% of what they earn. It's in crisis, and no one is talking about this.
Well, there was quite a good announcement this week from the government about increasing the numbers of apprenticeships, particularly for those 800 or 900,000 people in so-called NEETs, the sort of not employment, education or training. And I think we just, in this country, we have to elevate apprenticeships as highly as degrees, and just say, look, that is a good route into the workforce. You don't need all the debt. You can have an apprenticeship, you can learn on the job and earn at the same time, and just make that not a second best option.
What are we going to do about the universities? Because the universities at the moment, throughout the country, they've expanded.
Well, I think
and economies and local economies are really dependent upon.
Well, I know. in Eastbourne, where I live, for example, Brighton University have just closed down. They've disappeared. We know in Southend, Essex University have pulled out of that. I mean, there is an economic impact, but apprenticeships are the answer to this. I promise you.
That's the problem, though. Like, if you're saying apprenticeships are the answer, one of my lovely stepdaughters is a maths teacher because she did her degree in maths. You can't do an apprenticeship in maths.
No, there'll still be some jobs that require a university education.
But I don't think they should just be for the people who can afford to go to university, is what I'm trying to say. The other one is all to do with psychology. It's just an incredible psychology.
Yeah.
The other thing as well, it's about what is education. What is it? Is it just you get a certificate and then you hand it over and you get a job, or is education something else? Because I believe, as I'm a lecturer, I believe that education is something else. It's not about swapping it for a job. It's about a process of learning and understanding things and being interested.
But surely a lot of that you could do without getting in debt, man. You don't have to go to university for everything you've just described.
No, I would absolutely get rid of all.
But I hate to just slap Tony Blair again. He's had a terrible night if he's been watching this show. But wasn't that the problem? This whole we want 50%. Yeah, he might be busy.
Well, I agree. I'm very rare that I will criticise the Blair government, but this arbitrary target of 50%, I think, is coming back to bite us. And what that did also was to downgrade the idea that the route into work as an apprentice is somehow equal, and we just sort of see that as second best. But apprenticeships are about mentoring, learning from adults, coming into work on time, learning on the job, earning, so there's a link between work and reward, all the things we want young people to understand and do in the workplace, which so many of them, let's frankly, don't have after 3 years of a university degree, are there with apprenticeships. So it is, I'm not going to say magic, but it is pretty much the answer to this.
Right, coming up, we will dig into the rest of tomorrow's juiciest headlines. This is Alex Armstrong Tonight. Later,